Fractured skull, burst eardrums, broken nose, lacerations to my head, to my face, from my fins, dislocated shoulder, broken ribs, intercostal muscles torn, broken fingers, dislocated knee, broken back. My name is Peter Conroy. I've been a lifeguard, fireman, paramedic for the last 15 years. Back in 2007 when I got caught on the inside of the cliffs and basically thought my life was over, when I did actually manage to swim myself out of the situation I was in, we set up the Irish Tow Surf Rescue Club to train ourselves into saving our own lives. I feel that learning from a book is all well and good, but getting your hands dirty and going out with your friends and learning and practicing. The club is there as an idea for people to start looking after their own beaches and their own... Basically, we surf Mullaghmore, so how do we make Mullaghmore safe for ourselves? We surf the cliffs, how do we make it safe for ourselves?
It is dangerous what we do, you know, there's no question about that. So I think surf safety, I think it's fantastic and I think it's absolutely essential.
Surfing big waves and surfing heavy slabby waves, it's kind of like an army, you know, you're only as strong as your weakest link. By having everyone out there trained up and ready helps everyone be able to push the limits more and more and more, and in the long run it will be safer. The most recent and most dramatic injury I had was a spleen injury where I did an aerial and landed really hard on my elbow and tore my spleen. The end result was a whole heap of internal bleeding. Yeah, almost died, and luckily Peter Conroy was there to save my life.
Where are you bleeding from?
No one knows when you're going to get injured, but it's and you can't control that. But what you can control are the moments afterwards, and what Pete's been doing is amazing.
One of the things you realize in medicine is that your first 15 minutes are your most significant, and if you rely on somebody to help you a half hour from now, typically you're going to be over the most critical time and miss an opportunity to save a patient when you could. Both Peter and I have worked to figure out exactly what it is you need to have on site to sort of maximally support an injured person.
The first ever rescue underneath the cliffs from a helicopter was about 4 or 5 years ago, and after that procedure we decided to go into the Coast Guard and learn their procedures. Leading from that, the skills gained helped one of our own surfers. He got in difficulty just before nightfall and got washed in underneath the cliffs. So he waited it out and waited for the Coast Guard to come with the helicopter and knew where to be and knew the procedures for a pickup at the bottom. The helicopter rescue at the base of the cliffs kicked off the rescue box being deployed at the bottom of the cliffs with rescue equipment in it and radios, so that in the future we can talk to the people at the bottom to make sure things can happen faster and more reliable. So the club main goals and achievements have been designing a surf-specific first aid course. Mullaghmore, the defibrillator put in there, the first aid kit. Spotters on the cliffs of Moher when we're surfing there, having radio contact up and down has been a major lifesaver. It's time critical for a lot of places that we surf. Defibrillators will be put in hotels around beaches because the hotels are 24/7, the defibrillator to be there and a medical kit, and the hotel staff will be trained up.
Qualified operators on jet skis are incredibly valuable, and as soon as something happens in the water, everybody realizes that. Surfing waves that are 2 feet, not 20 feet, or whatever size wave can kill you.
The club is there to highlight surf survival skills so that when your friend gets in trouble beside you, you have the skills to save his life by doing something simple.